This right here is why I got Locs. This hair freedom, being able to jump in pools, waterfalls, the ocean when I travel without worrying about my hair is the best feeling. But that doesn't mean that my hair is maintenance free. When I'm traveling, I actually spend more time on my hair than when I'm at home, because when I'm traveling, my hair is exposed to so many things like chlorine, salt, dust, mud, insects. So I need to spend more time on my hair, even though it's still quite minimal, to be quite honest with you. In this video, I want to talk to you about some of the ways that I show love and care for my hair, despite all the adventures that it goes on with me around the world. What's up everyone? If you're new around here, I'm Latoya and welcome to my channel. On my little corner of the internet, I talk about travel, locks, and living your best life. So if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I've traveled to 38 countries and I've been locked in the majority of those travels, which is just wild to think about. And I'm an active traveler. I love to do multi-day hikes that involve camping. You will find me going through a cave or jumping into a cenote. And so my hair has been through a lot with me. On top of that, I don't love to cover my hair. It's just never been my thing. I didn't even wear a bonnet at night until a few years ago. I started having a bit of a lint issue. So I started wearing my bonnet, which solved that issue. But if I don't have to wear something on my hair, I'm not going to. So for me, it's really important that I show my hair love, care, and give it what it needs, because I am pushing it to the limit. So in this video, I want to get into my 4 golden rules that I pretty much stick to religiously when it comes to my hair and travel. So let's get into it. The first rule that I live by is to make sure that my hair not only looks good before I leave for my trip, but that it's healthy. Before I had my daughter, I would go on 2 to 3 month long trips. So it was especially important that my hair was in a good state before I left. And although I don't go on trips of that length anymore, it's still important for me that my hair is healthy before I leave the country. So I try to address any concerns that I've noticed in my hair before I go. So before I went to Barbados a couple weeks ago, I noticed that my hair was looking a little bit dull. So I gave myself a nice ACV rinse and I did a deep moisturizing treatment before I left for my trip, which really brought my hair back to life. I also make sure to get a retightening if I'm around my due date. And it's not only because I want my hair to look fresh, but I find that when I have a lot of new growth happening, the locks are more vulnerable. And so if I'm traveling and having to wear a helmet or some headgear and my locks are not as strong as they can be, I'm afraid of them breaking off or different things happening, damage happening. So I retighten my hair for not only the looks, but to make sure that the locks, individual locks, are as strong as they can be. The second rule I live by is to wash my hair anytime it comes into contact with chlorinated water, with salty ocean water, with dust, mud. If I go for a hike in a forest and there are a lot of bugs, these are automatic wash scenarios for me. I have definitely met people who are like, wow, that's a lot of washing. But the benefit, one of the benefits of having mature locks, I'm not talking about in those beginning stages, that's totally different. But having mature locks is that I can wash daily, and I do wash daily. I should mention that I'm slightly OCD, so some of this might be a bit much for some people, but it has worked for me successfully over the years and I will continue to do so. I need to get the salt and the chlorine out of my hair. This is especially important because my hair is clearly dyed and I don't want things like chlorine to be sitting in my hair for days. That's just never gonna happen when it comes to my locks. I remember a time where I was relaxing my hair and then I went and dyed it and went into a pool without covering my hair. Let me tell you how my hair just clean fell off. It might be my memories of that, but I do not let chlorine or any kind of chemicals like that sit in my hair especially with color. My hair at this length also catches things like dust and bugs. So if I'm somewhere that particularly has a lot of bugs flying around, I gotta wash my hair because they're in there. If I'm spending a day in and out of the pool or in and out of the ocean, then if I stop for lunch or something like that, I may use the outdoor shower that they typically have like by the pool to just, you know, kind of briefly rinse my hair out. It's just step one. It's a light wash. There's no shampoo or anything like that involved. But I know if I'm gonna sit for lunch or I'm gonna be out of the water for a bit and my hair is gonna start drying, I'd rather get some of that stuff, whether it's the salt or the chlorine, out of my hair as soon as possible. I don't always do that. It's not a huge deal for me, but it is something that I do if there's a shower outside. And so I will spend my day just like whatever, having fun in the pool, in the ocean. But most importantly, at the end of the day, usually I go back to my room before dinner and I will shampoo my locks really well to make sure I'm getting everything out of there. And then I put on my hair towel and I'll usually relax in my room for like an hour or so, whether I'm having a drink on the balcony or watching TV, napping, whatever it is. And I will let my hair dry for a bit. I don't typically use a hair dryer in my hair. I just give it that hour in my hair towel and I'm usually good to go for dinner. My hair is not completely dry, which is fine, but it's not dripping or anything like that. So I'm ready to go to dinner with clean hair. This leads me to my third golden rule, which is moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Because I wash my hair almost daily when I'm traveling, moisturizing my hair is critical. I do it religiously every single day. My hair is getting my moisturizing routine, which I've talked about on this channel. It is quite simple, but I need to make sure that moisturizing my hair is literally the number one priority. Once I get whatever contamination out of it, I gotta make sure I'm giving my hair a good moisturizing. So I use coconut, avocado, and grapeseed oil to moisturize my hair from root down to the tip, along with my Shea Moisture leave-in. All the products that I mentioned will be linked in my Amazon storefront. These are products that I've talked about on this channel over and over, and these are the same products that I travel with. And I just put them in travel sized containers because I do travel carry-on only. So I put all of my favorite hair products in travel sized containers and I just do my simple and normal routine just on the road. I don't use a conditioner in the shower. I never have. And I just make sure that my hair is getting all the moisturizing it needs through the products that I've just described: coconut oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and my Shea Moisture leave-in. My fourth golden rule is to cover my hair when the risk is too high to, damage or something like that happening to my hair. So if I'm going in a situation where I know my head may be submerged or there's going to be a lot of mud, for example, that I know is going to get caked onto my hair and I'm not going to be able to wash it right away, I will cover my hair. Or if I'm somewhere that has limited access to running or clean water, which has been the case when I go to more remote places, then I'll take extra care to keep my hair covered and clean because I know my ability to wash and shampoo my hair the way I need to is pretty limited. So I need to keep my hair clean in those situations. If it involves water, I will wear a swim cap. Found these swim caps on Amazon made specifically for locks or people with lots of hair, and I love them. Most of the time my hair is completely dry when I use them, and on the occasion when water has gotten into my hair, it's mostly around the sides, and I will wash my hair if some of that leakage does occur. It's contaminated. I love these swim caps so much that I bought one for my daughter who is not locked, but sometimes I do her hair in like bubbles, or she has like a high hairstyle, and these swim caps allow me to cover her hair and not even have to think about, oh, what style does she have? Is it gonna fit under the swim cap? No matter her style, it fits her head. So I love these caps and really do recommend it for people like us who have locks or have hairstyles that don't necessarily always fit under those tiny swim caps. So those are some of the ways that I keep my hair healthy and happy despite all of the exposure that I can put my beautiful locks through. And I just try to pay attention to my hair as much as possible. If I'm traveling and I notice that my hair starts shedding all over the place, then I start doing 2 times a day moisturizing. I'll moisturize in the morning, I'll moisturize in the evening, because I'm like, okay, you're a little bit stressed, so I'm going to give you moisture, which is usually the solution for my hair. So, you know, the beautiful thing about Locs is that I feel like my Locs tells me what it needs. It shows me what it needs. And what I've learned on my lock journey is that it's just important to pay attention and address those things. So I try to do that as much as possible. And like I mentioned, a lot of the way that I go about my locks is because they are mature locks, and I know that they can take a little bit more than if I were just starting off like a year into my journey. You still have to be super delicate. When I was traveling with my hair, you know, year 1, year 2, I didn't do a lot of the things that I do now or take these risks that I do because your hair is still forming. So definitely take that into consideration when you're deciding how you're going to go about treating your hair for travel. It's okay if you have some years where you have to cover it up. I certainly had some years where, you know, I had to do things that I didn't want to, like band my hair every time I washed it, because it was critical to getting to this stage. If you want to see some of my favorite products for traveling and locks, check out my Amazon storefront. I have the swim cap in there and the drying towel and some other things that are pretty critical for me and my hair. I've linked to that in the description. And if you want more Sisterlocks videos, I have a whole playlist for you, which I will link to. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.